Alright, this is the business law reaction video for number 4. The video is actually very interesting. Talked a lot about patents because that's what it was pretty much over. That and the whole video was technically over intellectual property powers economic growth. And he started the TED Talk off with saying that our region grew success through water passages until later when they built the railroads, which is completely true. That's why all the bigger cities such as Chicago, Los Angeles, New York City, I forget what giant cities in Massachusetts, but all those that are by the major areas of water, that's why those were like the first cities there. Our nation switched from a farming economy to an industrial economy, which is also true, but that just came over time once we got new materials and we could build more stuff to build our nation. Our nation now is shifting again from an industrial economy to one now that relies on knowledge and information. Yes, he's right about that. I feel like in simple terms, that'd be more of like a entrepreneurial type of economy other than intellectual property. He didn't really go into what intellectual property actually means, but he said that it's more difficult to protect against theft and misuse. Other than intellectual property is more difficult to protect against theft and misuse than physical property, which is very true. Saying that the examples he gave was stuff like copyright and trademark and stuff like that. People bootleg Nike products and like Champion, and they pirate movies offline and stuff like that. He goes more into detail talking about how the patent system provides the inventor with rights to their invention for 20 years in exchange for disclosure. I have no idea what he meant by disclosure. But the patent for 20 years, it's a good amount of time. But then he talked more about how patents are a very strenuous process, or they cost money, so that's why you see more copyright notices and trademarks out there than patents. A study done at SUNY Albany indicated that every dollar spent on research and development, that our region was able to receive a 10-fold economic benefit. Yeah. One area that our region has really taken the lead on is clean and green energy, especially now with our buddy Elon Musk with the Tesla and all that stuff. Clean and green energy. The guy in the video talks about windmills and like solar energy and wind power energy. I don't know if anyone has gone through Illinois or like some really rural parts of Indiana. There's a ton of those giant windmills everywhere. That and cars are starting to go more electric and stuff like that. They've been tracking clean and green energy patents since 2002. And Albany has the 5th fastest growing clean and green economy in the nation, with a 9% growth rate since 2003 in the clean and green energy field. The 5 metropolitan areas that have more than $1 billion in exports of goods and services is, I'm pretty sure it's in order because that's the order he said it in the video, is Chicago at number 1, San Francisco at number 2, Los Angeles at number 3, New York City at number 4, and Albany at number 5. He talks about wind power is leading in both the number of patents and number of revenues of goods and services that are exported. That kind of shocked me, because I don't understand. That makes no sense to me. How I understand the patent part, but I didn't understand how wind power could lead in the number of revenues of goods and services that are exported. I don't know how you could power something, take wind power and export it, but okay. Our region has taken the lead in innovation, which we adapt all the time. America is a very flexible, I want to say flexible area, where if something's working, or like someone comes out with a new truck, other companies come up, they build the truck up to match it, or if not better, and then someone just tops it. There's constant innovation and build up to make things better and more clean energy. Unless you're Dodge, then you'll put a Hellcat engine in a minivan. But throughout this entire video, he just talked about patents and exports, imports, cleaning green energy, and trademarks and copyrights, and how that pretty much now that's how we've been focusing on our economy, and that's like a giant part of our economy to this day, which he's completely right. Farming hasn't been very big for decades. The industrial economy is still kind of around. We still have factories and stuff all around the world, and our nation specifically. But yeah, our economy solely grows on intellectual property